Trump just flipped the script on China, and the Democrats are having a meltdown about it. I mean, they are losing it in sheer panic mode right now. Spitfire posted this. Every Democrat right now hearing the news about U.S. and China. Trump just dropped some bad news for these Democrats right now. Got their ass, the Panicans got beat. Panicans, that's what they're called. Now, remember when the reporter asked Trump, are you open to bring down your tariffs to get China to the negotiating table?
5% tariffs. Are you open to pulling back your tariffs in order to get China to the negotiating table?
No.
One more time.
5% tariffs. Are you open to pulling back your tariffs in order to get China to the negotiating table?
No.
Trump said, look, I'm not willing to push back on, my initial stance whatsoever at all, not even slightly. And they're going to be the ones coming and knocking on the door, and that's exactly what they did. Of course, the Democrats framed Donald Trump in China and this whole situation as something that was going to not be in our favor at all. But look at this. This is the man who was truly putting America first. This is the man who's making these other countries not necessarily bow down, but, hey, he's making them play by the same rules. You got to respect a leader like that. I don't know if I would have been able to see this accomplished under the Kamala Harris administration. What about you? We certainly didn't see it under the Biden administration. What about you? I guess that what about you was rhetorical that time. However, here's the official announcement.
And I think that led to a great deal of the productivity we've seen. We will be giving details tomorrow. But I can tell you that the talks were productive. We had the vice premier, 2 vice ministers who were integrally involved, Ambassador Jameson and myself. And I spoke to President Trump, as did Ambassador Jameson last night, and he is fully informed of what is going on. So there will be a complete briefing tomorrow morning. And I think...
Okay. Can't wait to hear the details of this. Can't wait. I'm ready for them to, I want to know what was the conversation like? Did they try to come in all tough and deflate it? Like, I want to know. I need some details about that for sure. Somebody wrote, China should let their market open for our products. Yeah, what? No, that was Canada who took our beers off, but yeah. I'm curious to hear how it worked out. Awesome news. Congrats to the team. Yes, this will absolutely knock them off their game. Once this deal is done, watch the stock market very closely. It's party time. Yes, you remember Donald Trump saying that we need to go ahead and get our stocks, invest in some stock. I don't know what to invest in. Can somebody tell me, help me out? Help your boy? Hold on. This was actually attached to another post. Let's go up and finish some of, it's way more to this. However, let's just finish another segment of this announcement.
I want to echo the Secretary's remarks with respect to the Swiss government. They've been so welcoming, and they've hosted this, and everything has gone off flawlessly, and we appreciate that. And again, to the Chinese negotiators, Vice Premier Liu He, Vice Minister Li Qiangong, and Vice Minister Liao Min, worked very diligently, and these are very tough negotiators. A couple of them I know from before and have had past interactions with them. And this was, as the Secretary pointed out, a very constructive 2 days. It's important to understand how quickly we were able to come to agreement, which reflects that perhaps the differences were not so large as maybe thought. That being said, there was a lot of groundwork that went into these 2 days. Just remember why we're here in the first place. The United States has a massive $1.2 trillion trade deficit. So the president declared a national emergency and imposed tariffs. And we're confident that the deal we struck with our Chinese partners will help us to work toward resolving that national emergency.
China caved, basically. I'm ready to hear the official statement from China as well. I couldn't see anything reported online from them right now. And, of course, we still trying to figure out the details of this trade deal because I keep hearing is substantial progress. And I guess they're going to, finalize everything and get everything, get all the information, the right information to us on time. Trump's Truth Social has been on fire today, man. I don't know who ticked this man off, but that thing ain't been on. It's been lit. He spoke on this. He announced a very good meeting today with China in Switzerland in Geneva. Many things discussed, much agreed to. A total reset negotiated in a friendly but constructive manner. We want to see for the good of both China and the U.S. and opening up for China to American business. Great progress made. Salute, man. This guy is somebody who gets it done. Prophet wrote, what really move markets is the response from the Chinese. Usually they will take a longer time because time is on their side and they have all the cars. I ain't see that today. President has a pretty good weekend. This is some good news to wake up to on a Sunday. I'm just saying. Waiting for China to say the opposite. Somebody says, this is what I'm talking about. Where is unusual whale, dolphin, wherever he's I don't know what they talk about. Anywho, let's move on. We'll read a little more details into this real quick. And scroll up. White House says trade deal struck with China. The White House said Sunday that the United States reached a trade deal with China, though it offered no details and said those would be released Monday, which is tomorrow. The breakthrough came after 2 days of talks between U.S. and Chinese negotiators in Geneva, Switzerland. Treasury Secretary Scott Bassett, I believe, and the U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer emerged from their talks, saying there was substantial progress towards de-escalating what has become an all-out trade war between the two economic superpowers. See who came on top. Quote, the United States has a massive $1.2 billion trade deficit. So the president declared a national emergency and imposed tariffs. End quote. Mr. Greer said, quote, we are confident that the deal we struck with our Chinese partners will help us to work toward resolving this national emergency. Amen to that. Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng told reporters that negotiators had agreed to establish a trade consultation mechanism. He said the two sides, quote, have taken important steps to resolve differences through equal dialogue and consultation, end quote, according to the state news agency. I don't even want to try to mix that up. Xinhua, something like that. He said China wants to make the, quote, pie of cooperation bigger with the U.S. Hey, I bet. Y'all see Trump ain't backing down. He said, Mr. Bessent promised they would share more details from the productive weekend negotiations on Monday. A deal with China would be a massive win for Mr. Trump. His aggressive tariff push has been met with stiff pushback from economists, free market conservatives, and Democrats. And all have warned that tariffs increase the chances of an economic recession. The White House is negotiating trade deals with over 170 countries. Last week, it announced it had carved out a new deal with the United Kingdom. Yes, that was a huge win. However, China is the 800-pound gorilla. The United States and China are hoping to find common ground. Wow. That was scary. I've never heard thunder like that in my life. Wow. I ain't even the type to be jumping over thunder. That scared me. What was I? The United States and China are hoping to find common ground. The deal could have global ramifications as the trade war has generated considerable uncertainty in the markets and economies worldwide. U.S. retailers have warned that they will have to offset the cost of tariffs with price increases. They say that tariffs could lead to supply chain challenges and empty store shelves. Meanwhile, economists have warned that the trade war could increase inflation and the chances of an economic recessions. In other words, man, these Democrats, they just mad. They mad. You feel me? They don't want to shut up. They don't want to shut it down. Trump's deal with China tackles that 1.2 trillion deficit, and Democrats hate to see that he's looking like the guy fixing the economy and not them. Cry harder. We don't care. I'm a little shook up by that. Thunder, I got it. It looks like it's completely. Oh, no, it ain't completely dark. Okay, we good. But there's no country who has abused and ripped off America more than China, says Caroline Levitt. She did not hold back.
It's the policy of this White House and the Trump administration to put America first, to bring back jobs that have been flawed overseas, to no longer allow China to dump cheap foreign products into the United States of America while they prevent American-made products from entering their market. China has been taking advantage of the American worker for decades. Both Democrats and Republicans have called on presidents to do something about this, to finally attack our crippling trade deficit with China, and to also make them pay for the more than $600 billion they have stolen from American companies and taxpayers in the form of intellectual property. So the president has great courage to finally take on China in this way. He has said he's open to talks. He's open to negotiating a deal. He believes China wants to talk to the United States of America. They just don't know how to go about it. We've had more than 75 other nations across the globe reaching out to this administration because they know this is the greatest country to do business. And those deals are underway. They are being negotiated by the president's trade team. But America cannot exist if we continue to enrich and embolden China. And President Trump is finally doing something about it.
Amen to that. The era of economic surrender is over. Look, dog, we got a president that actually cares about the American people. I don't think I ain't mad at this. Caroline Levitt. Absolutely adore her and how fierce she is when she's defending Donald Trump, man. President Trump on trade negotiations with China. Y'all remember this?
Just follow up, sir, on the talks in Switzerland. What do you expect? What do you hope to come out of it?
We'll see. I mean, look, it's we were losing $1 trillion a year. Now we're not losing anything. You know, that's the way I look at it. We were losing with China on trade $1 trillion a year, more actually, 1.1. But let's say $1 trillion. You know what we're losing now? Nothing. That's not bad.
Just follow up, sir, on the talks in Switzerland. What do you?
Yeah. Can't wait to see all the details. This is a meme picture that popped up. Oh, man, look. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. This right here is some dope news, man.